into the hands of a few companies, but accessible to anyone. Imagine, instead of autonomous vehicles and robots being yet another service you pay for, you co-own and earn from them. So every time.
Today, I want to share with you my portfolio, how I check and assess my portfolio, and also update you on whether I am in profit or at a loss with my current investments. And this, I'm showing you the Peak coin. What is the Peak coin about? Why do I invest in Peak coin?
For the first time in history, humans will no longer be the primary actors in the economy. Machines will. And while this might sound scary, this is actually one of the greatest opportunities mankind has ever seen. Let's get one thing straight. The age of automation is no longer something that's coming. It's already here. Amazon alone has more than 1 million robots at work already and plans to automate hundreds of thousands of human jobs in the coming years. And it's not just physical labor. Microsoft's research shows that almost no profession is safe, be it designers, be it lawyers, or software engineers. Our entire economic system is at a tipping point, and change is happening at an unprecedented pace. And it's really down to us if the age of automation is amplifying our existing problems, or if we take the opportunity to build a better system. And this moment might be our best chance to change our trajectory.
We hear the world is more connected, advanced, and efficient than ever before. And that's true. We're expected to live longer, and more people have access to things like healthcare and education. But the foundations of our global economy are breaking. Our system can't even take the weight of the present day, let alone the challenges that artificial intelligence and robotics will bring. And there are two main breaking points: access and design. If we talk about access to participation or ownership in our economy is gatekept by a few companies. We have less social mobility, and our system concentrates wealth and power. But beyond all this, the system we have today is simply not designed for the rise of the robots. Everything we do in today's economy is intermediated. It's skimmed by middlemen. Value leaks away from the people and machines who create it. It's inefficient, essentially meaning that a few companies will own and control this entire new workforce. As we enter the age of AI and robotics, these breaking points will be pushed to their extremes. In a world where intelligence is a commodity and robots
There's the Peak robot.
can do anything we can do better, the question of who gets to own them is fundamental.
What we need is a system that can get the most out of machines in the best interests of humanity.
The best out of the machines in the interests of humanity. Instead of these technologies coming out and is controlled by the few companies, this is a way for me and you to get involved and also profit with the coins we own, to have some kind of yield, some kind of profit from what's happening. And this is how we get involved.
We can course correct. Do we want to end up in a machine economy that's built on old, inefficient rails and where the value is concentrated to a few people? Or do we create a new system, one that's open, more efficient, and creates even more value? A system in which all of us can own and earn from this new economy. The human-centric machine economy. A path to the age of abundance.
What I'm trying to say to you, oh my gosh, this weekend, the whole market crashed. My portfolio went so down that I couldn't really believe my eyes. But instead of being kind of panicking and worrying about my money, the first thing I wanted to do was to buy more Peak coin. I saw already that my investment in Peak went up and up. So when it went down, I was thinking, I wish I had more. And this was the one opportunity I can buy more. I didn't know where the money was going to come from. I had to sacrifice certain things, so I will not do certain things this weekend. I had to go into my savings and money that I don't really want to touch. But this was the only opportunity to get more coins. And I think I need to get as much as I can while I have the chance. So let's look at the portfolio that I've got. And let's start with what happened this weekend. So I bought 199 more peak for £5 for about $6 on Sunday, because Saturday I noticed that the market was going down and I thought I need to get some money from somewhere, and maybe Sunday it may get worse. And Sunday it got worse. So I actually spent, okay, not big money, okay, it's £5, but I put £5 into peak. I put £5 into React, and I put £10 to get more CBEC, CBCN. That's a big token. And I was quite proud of that actually, 4,000 tokens, because in my thoughts, we have XRP. XRP, I will suggest, is similar to CBCN because they both have the same amount of coins that they will ever exist, which is 100 billion. So if XRP has 100 billion and can get to $3 above, I think CBCN doing the payroll can definitely get to $1. And it's not quite a fair comparison because I know that XRP has not got 100 billion circulating, whereas CBCN has all its coins circulating. So I think XRP maybe have about 67 billion circulating, but it got to around $3.40 in its lifetime. CBEC, it can get to these figures. And 4,000 coins, if I try to get 4,000 coins off XRP, I'll be spending maybe around $4,000. I've got 4,000 coins of CBEC for £10, about $13. And you can imagine if CBCN ever becomes the price of XRP, which is around just over $1 now, it would be worth over $4,000. So can you imagine? I have bought $4,000 for $13. That's the way I'm thinking. And then, what's happening here? What's happening here? What's happening here? And then, this is Monday, I believe. No, this is Monday. It went down more, so I bought another 199 peak coins. And you can see on Tuesday, it was a crisis. Now, this is one time I did kind of panic because the React network, it went to under a cent. It was crashing hard. And I wanted more, but I took my time to ask AI if anything was changing. Did something happen in the React network project? But AI assured me that there's nothing happening. And I saw that the whole market was crashing. So it was not something that was local to the React network as such. So I got £20 and I bought 2,331 React coins. And then it went down some more. And I put another £6 onto React. And I got all these coins. And I was quite happy with that. And also I bought more CBEC because CBEC crashed. Look at the crash. From here, it went right down here. I thought, oh my gosh, I have to find something. I found £5 and I got another 2,000 CBEC coins. Then the next day happened and I bought more React. Look how low it went. Look how low. It was really crashing. And I thought, listen, I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to put another £8 and I bought 991 React. And this was a situation. It got to 1,496. This is all the differences. You can see I got more peak. Peak at this point was 14,000 coins. And I got how many? It's happened again. How many? Okay, let's go to my table. So, on my first video, I have £1,297 that I have invested into crypto. Over the weekend on the crash, I made 5 different purchases of SEBEC, amounted to £41. Just for in your interest, I did spend £10 on SEBEC, and I actually got £9.70 SEBEC for my £10. This tells me that crypto.com takes a percentage of what you buy and gives you less, shall I say. So for my £10, I've only got £9.70. But for here, I put £10 because that's what came out my pocket. So I put £41 into SEBEC this weekend and this week. I put £53, 5 purchases of Peak, 2 £5 purchases, 1 £25 purchase, and so on. And I bought £39 more of React. Totaling, I put £133 into my investment, added onto this original investment, and now I've total investment of £1,430.81. I first had 11,831 peak. Now I have 14,028 peak. XRP went under. Well, I think it went to $1. I was so tempted to put money into XRP and get more XRP, but I thought my money would be better invested if I put that money into SEBEC instead. So I chose SEBEC because I would get more of a growth from SEBEC than I would with XRP. I have explained that in a previous video, but it was so tempting, believe me. And React, I've now got over 20,000, 20,500 from 16,000. And SEBEC has grown from 48,959 to 62,563 SEBEC. It's grown. I wish I had more money to put in there. I've really exhausted everything I have. So in my peak, when we first started, I said that I have £245.15 of peak because when I first started, that's what you first saw. But when I added all of my investment into peak at a time, it was actually that much I invested, which means when my first video started, I actually was already in profit. But I add this to the £53 this week, and now I've invested £298.15 into peak. React, I've now got a £208.62 investment, and I've got £151 into SEBEC. Wish I had more. Okay, so just to know, I showed you why I've invested in Peak. Peak is a robotics company, and it wants to let all of us have some kind of profit when it profits. And it is valued at $70.2 million. This company is not $70.2 million company. This is a many billion dollar company valuation, in my opinion. 3 cents is undervalued. I'm very proud that I put more money into this, and I reckon this will go into the billions. This is my opinion. And to finish this video, I'm sorry that it took so long. If I have invested in total £1,430.81, that's my total investment. I need to see if my investment is at a loss or at a profit. Now, because crypto.com is on my mobile phone, I cannot show you live. That's why I take photos. I took a photo today. Today is the 29th of May. And my total at the moment is it's Friday today. My total is 1496.39. So I am in profit. 1496.39, and and I invested 1,430. So I've made £69 profit at the moment. And just to check live right now before I finish, I'm looking at crypto.com now. I'm signing in, and I currently have, it's gone down. I have 1,479. 1,479. So I am £49 in profit, still in profit. Thank you for your time, and I hope it was useful in somehow, this video. Ciao.